Good morning, Book It Sports fam. Happy Friday, and welcome back to this episode of Attyah Hour, brought to you by one and only Book It Sports, where sports betting gets social. It's a sports betting social media platform available for free to download on the App Store and Google Play Store. We've got a great episode today, action packed, lots to talk about, lots to go over. We're going to be talking NBA Finals Game 2 recap. We've got a special guest today, my boy Ozzy, who had a wild roller coaster night last night in the NBA Finals bets. We're going to hear from Liv Moods talking about McGregor, as well as she's going to also recap NBA Finals Game 2. We're going to be talking Euro soccer, the final, Italy, England, and then as well the MLB slate. Guys, it's the dog days of summer with the MLB. We're almost down to just MLB. Once we finish the NBA Finals, and McGregor and the Euros, we're in the dog days of summer of the MLB. So I mean, it's tough out there, man. It's really tough to find some value on the MLB slates these days. But let's get right into it, guys and girls. Let's talk about last night's Game 2 NBA Finals. My bets. I'm I'm staying. I'm treading lightly with this NBA Finals because it's just so hard to predict, and it's really hard to find an edge. I was leaning Bucks heavily last night. I thought not only would they cover, I thought they would potentially win on the money line. But unfortunately, Suns pulled out late with a nice push there, and honestly, the Bucks just need some key role players to step up if they really want to have a shot here in this NBA Finals. I had the under at 220 and a half. You know how many they scored? 226. Did not hit, unfortunately. But man, I mean, I don't know. I don't know what's going to happen in this game three. I really, really have no idea. We're going back to Milwaukee, or we're going to Milwaukee, and the line here is Suns +4. So they're the dogs on the road, which, I mean, +4 for Phoenix. Money line for the Bucks is -175. Interesting. Interesting. And the total's at 221 and a half. Giannis went off last night. Hammered, hammered his over, alternate over. Ended up scoring 42 points. We had some people on the Book It Sports app end up taking his alternate over. I believe it was 36, and that hit. Giannis did get his double double. Unfortunately, if you know what I'm talking about, you know what I'm talking about. -400 odds, nice bet. Anyways, um, Suns in 4? Question mark. What if that actually happens? Like, what is the legacy of the Suns in 4 guy, and how is that cemented in the history of the NBA if they actually win in 4? Like, that'd be incredible. I get at least 5, 10 times a day that I look like the Suns in 4 guy. And we actually DM'd him the other day. He called me a noob because I held it up the wrong way. It's this way. It's not that, this way. But I mean, does that guy get into the rafters if they win in 4? Is he a Hall of Famer? Like, that's incredible. Incredible. I mean, they've been riding that momentum the whole way. Guys, if my connection is bad, I apologize. Some fluke stuff. We're working on it. We're getting better connection. This show is going to get better and better. Emily, look at this. We got props in the background. We got props in the background. You know that basketball is signed by the best team in basketball of all time: James Harden, Kevin Durant, Russell Westbrook, Serge Ibaka, Jeff Green, Nate Robinson, the whole squad. 2000, what, 9, 10, Oklahoma City Thunder. And then, of course, we got a little autograph baseball here, signed by the one and only GOAT, Vladimir Guerrero, the OG, not the junior, the OG. So yeah, we're getting better. Hope everyone had a great week. I mean, we're going to talk about MLB here in a little bit, but before that, I mean, I can't pick a winner to save my life. I can't hit a parlay right now. It's officially the dog days of summer. And I'm going to be so upset once NBA is over, once the Euros are over. I mean, we're going to talk about McGregor here in a little bit, but I ain't touching that. but we got a special guest today. Honestly, he's coming out of the woodworks. He's new to TikTok as well as new to the Book It Sports app. And he's a whale better. He's throwing large units, and he's on a ridiculous run right now. He turned $500 on FanDuel into 150,000 through some ridiculous parlays, going up and then hammering, large units and making profit on really solid bets here. Whether it's the NBA Finals or some live lines in the MLB, it's crazy. So I'm gonna bring on Ozzy from the Book It Sports app. Ozzy, how we doing, my guy?
Hey, good morning.
How's it
How's it
going?
going? It's going
It's
good.
going well, going well. Crazy night for you, to say the least, last night. Before we get into that, though, I would love to just get to know you a little bit and introduce you to the Book of Sports community. I mean, people are starting to take notice of your bets, and you're starting to get some traction here, and everyone's wondering where the hell did you come from? like, what's your story? Tell us your story. Tell us about yourself, and how you got into sports betting, and how long you've been doing this for.
Sure. Well, my real name's Aslan. Everybody calls me Ozzy for short. I live in New Jersey on the East Coast, and out here, a lot of my friends are heavy bettors. I mean, since they were 20 years old. I'm 42. I stayed away from it. I saw how this game ruins lives, and went to my first casino at the age of 36, and then played a little. Became a really good dice thrower. Got banned from a lot of casinos, considering they're considering me a controlled dice thrower. So I started playing with some sports
Pretty
in
aggressive.
2008, in 2018. And I played light, $200 a game. I'd sit there for 3 hours. I'd be winning for 8 innings and then losing the ninth inning. Went through the struggles, and then I said, "There's got to be ways to win in it at this." So I started looking at player props, played a little with the over and unders, started winning, and then it's like, it's always up and down, always up and down. It's never like ahead. And long story short, I started live betting. Astros are going to get those 2 runs if they're not scoring runs, or the Dodgers or the Yankees, and I started crushing it. You know, but I noticed I was like, it's always I'm up, 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 and then I just go down, 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 go through those cold streaks. So long story short, the month of June, I couldn't hit a bet for my life. I lost every parlay you can think of. I went nuts. I literally lost about 10 grand of my own money, and I'm not rich. I mean, I'm a successful IT guy. I make good money, but I lost 10 grand, and I was just like, you know what? Last Friday, I was like, I'm taking $500. I'm putting it on a parlay that I considered surgical. I shared it on the Book It Sports Live. Nobody paid attention to me, and I hit
And
for
what was the
five
red?
grand. I forget, dude. I gotta send it to you.
How many
I'll
teams?
print
Do
it.
you
I'll
remember?
print everything out. What's that?
How many teams was that
It
$500
was
for?
a 6 teamer, if I remember. One of the bets got voided. It was supposed to pay out like 15 grand, and it paid out 5 grand. So I was bummed out, but I was like, you know what? This is a start. And then I hit another one for like 10 grand. And now my bankroll is up to like 15,000. Then I started playing a little blackjack, which is my specialty on the app, because I know the algorithms, I know how they're going to get you. And I went on a roll. But then I went on a roll with some other straight bets and some other parlays. And then next thing I know, I'm up to 30,000, and people are like, cash out, cash out. And I'm like, no, I'm not cashing
Mm-mm,
out. This is how
mm-mm.
you build your bankroll. Then I hit 50 grand, and everybody's like, cash out, cash out. And I cashed out 46,000, and I left 4,000 in my account. I went to pick it up, and then something said, no, cancel it. I canceled it. Left the 50 grand in there. The next day, I hit for 30 grand. I'm up to 80 grand. I said, there's no way I'm cashing out. And now I'm up to 160,000. I cashed out 20,000. So I have 140,000 in my account, 20 grand sitting on the table. And I'm looking at this like, now I'm in a position to build the bankroll to hit 300 before NFL comes, and crush it in the NFL. And you know what? That's how people like Vegas Dave did it. They took long shots. They didn't cash out. Like, what am I going to cash out for? So I could go pay the taxes right now? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I'm on a roll. I've been even pretty much for the last since 2018, with the exception of them getting me in the month of June for a lot of money, and I saw that I was down 50,000 on the deal on the FanDuel. I was like, wow. Usually it's 0-0 or I'm up 4,000. Well, guess what? Right now it shows I'm up 100 and something thousand on them, and I intend to keep it that way.
Yeah, no, you're on a ridiculous roll right now. That's $500, and now his
Yep.
account's at
And
one
I
fifty
and
plus. That's wild.
yeah, and all the haters and the chirpers were like, he's lying. He deposited this money. He didn't make it. I literally went and showed every single ticket, printed it out, posted it, and then everybody apologized. And then I
Yeah,
said, you know what? I got to start deleting this stuff, this crap from my TikTok page because, like, one, I'm a corporate vice president in a company, successful company. Two, like, I don't really need my business being out there. So it's on the
yeah,
Book
no,
It
absolutely.
Sports, which is totally fine. But, for the guys that want to just, like, just bug me. I just, I'm going to share everything with you so you could see the history. And there was a lot of straight bets. Like I did something crazy. The Chapman went into the ninth. Mets were down by a few runs. I literally was about to drop 5 grand that the Mets would come back and win, and didn't, to win
Oh,
ridiculous money, and they came back and won. But I said to myself, no, now the Yankees are going to come back and win, and I dropped like 4 grand on the Yankees and lost it. So I'll
man,
show you all the winners, all the losers, how I go up and down. I'll be happy to share everything so you guys can see.
I mean, that's what we preach here on Book It Sports. Hashtag
Transparency.
transparency.
Yep.
Hashtag transparency, and it makes it even better that you're using a real legal sports book in FanDuel because there is no
Yeah, it's
fluke.
legal. It's
Yeah,
legal in New Jersey.
no BS and no fluke shit. It's all legit. And
Yep.
it's awesome having a guy who's just as open and transparent as Ozzy to be able to share that with us and experience this with him as well. It's great. I appreciate that.
No problem.
And I think the rest of the community does as well. So going in, let's talk about last night and what the hell happened there. So from what I recall, we had like four different lays. It was you had a long shot one that was Bucks plus 1.5 alternate line, and then Giannis over like 34.5, which I thought was a great bet because it was like 2000 to win like 30 or something like that.
Correct.
And if the Bucks were gonna win or at least lose by one, Giannis was going to have over 34 points. Like that
Yep.
was I thought that was a really smart bet. But then you had some others. You had two other parlays. One specifically was Giannis over 26 and a half, I believe, and uh,
Eight
Bucks
and a
plus
half.
8.5, which
Yep.
was oh
Should have
dude,
hit.
dude, Jeff Teague, 2 seconds left, meaningless layup at the rim, misses it for a $70,000 swing. What was what was your initial thought as he was dribbling down half court?
I said I'm going to cover, and I was on the live stream. And when I saw him miss that, I said, I didn't scream. I said, I know that this sport is rigged, and I know he did that on purpose. You cannot tell me he just honestly missed it. This is how you get screwed. And this isn't just me, this happens to everybody. That was the most I've ever gotten screwed for a layup. $70,000 payout.
Stinger, absolute
Yeah,
stinger.
yeah, that
Thankfully,
hurt.
I mean, there were some really really smart bets. Like
Hmm.
I mean, I would take that again. Here we go, right here,
Yep, yep,
$30,000.
yep.
Milwaukee plus 8.5, Giannis over 26, same game parlay plus 130 odds, 139. Oh my god, dude!
Trent, can we talk about that real quick? There was
Yeah,
a bet before this. I took 30,000 and put Bucks money line,
yeah.
and
Then you
that was
pulled
my
out, right?
that was my bet. I was riding with it. I said Bucks are gonna win, and then I went and got a nice little facial, relaxed myself. My mind was clear. I'm laying in the bed for an hour, and then I had literally have a mask on my face. I jumped up, I screamed. I said to the lady, "Give me my phone," because things come to my head. She's like, "What's going on?" I open my eyes start burning. I start freaking out, trying. I'm like, "Get my eyes clear." She was like, "What's wrong? What's wrong? I have an emergency." I get on the goddamn app. I'm like, oh, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to curse. I'm screaming. I can't see. Fix my eyes. Get my eyes to stop burning. I log on the app. I cashed out, and then I went okay because it struck me. Take him for 26 points, 27 points, and do 8.5. Much safer bet.
Much safer.
And it didn't hit. I lost the 30 grand, but I had a plan that at halftime, if it's not looking good, get ready to live bet and hedge that. So what did I do?
And that's what
25
you took the plus 10.5, right?
plus 10.5. You got to be ready to take those hits. And
That
now,
was so sneaky of you to squeak that in there.
and I didn't share with nobody because I just wanted everybody to come and start chirping on me and say, ha ha ha, you lost, you lost. No, guys, no, not a bad
Oh
day for
man.
Ozzy.
No, I
We
mean
broke
that
even.
was huge. That was huge you squeaked that
Yeah,
in there.
yeah,
Cover
you
those
got to have
losses.
those backup plans ready.
Absolutely. Well,
But
going
I could have
into
been paid a lot of money last night, but I didn't.
dude, I know. It's so tough. But hey, we got game 3 coming up. You
Yep,
know you got
I'm
to get
ready.
those back. You got to
I'm
get those
ready.
units back.
Yep.
We got Suns +4, Bucks -4, and the Bucks money lines -175. Totals 221.5. Haven't done much research on the player props, totals, or anything like that yet, but where are you at right now? What are you thinking about?
So what's going to happen is the lines are going to start changing in favor of the bookies. So I quickly booked 2 bets this morning that are long shots, but I can take those risks because I'm playing with house money. So I did Giannis to score first basket, which is very iffy, but he's on fire and he's determined. That guy tore the Nets apart. The Nets
Oh
should
yeah.
have the Nets should have won this champ bid here and won this. He tore them apart. Game three's coming. They're down 2-0. He's going to get that first basket. And then I did him for some points and the Bucks money line. Dropped some money, 1,000. I did 2 bets, 1,000 and 1,400 to win 20,000. Now those are small bets for me, but I intend to analyze this closer. I'm focusing on UFC right now. I've been monitoring UFC for the last 3, 4 months on what I want to do. I'm getting ready to post those bets. So the plan is to go heavy UFC, win big on UFC, and then have enough cushion to go big on the Bucks. I don't want to start chasing, making bad decisions. Personally, I think Bucks money line all day. I'm not going to go with the spread. I don't like watching a whole game being up by 20 points and then start sweating in the fourth quarter to lose the spread. I'm not about that. I live bet usually halftime, but I'm going to go full game money line and probably for some big money. Again, not here to lose that money, here to build it. You know.
Yeah, you sent me some parlays that you placed this morning for game 3. Some cheeky value here. He's got Giannis first basket. He's got Giannis to score 30 plus. Giannis over 12.5 rebounds, and the Bucks ML all in a parlay plus 1,359 odds. 1,400 pays out $21,000. And then his second lay, Giannis first basket, Giannis over 42.5, Bucks ML. Uh, and then, yeah, that one's 1,000 to win 21,000. So I'm sure those aren't the only ones you're going to be placing, but love seeing the early locks going into game 3, which leaves me to shift gears here on the NBA here for a sec. McGregor versus Poirier tomorrow. What are you on, Aussie? Dying to
So
know.
yeah. So listen, I'm not telling the folks here to do what I'm going to do. I'm doing what goes, straight from my gut. I'm a fighter and I know fighters. And McGregor took a beating last round, last come around. I personally think he's not going to lose. He's going to win. So, you know, I'm not going to just go drop 30,000 on McGregor. Um, I am going to do a parlay fight. Now, you want to talk about, different fighters. On the preliminary card, I'm looking at Zagalis. He's minus 370. I'm probably going to add him in my parlay. O'Malley is going to be in the parlay, and McGregor. But I'm taking four different bets. Four different bets. O'Malley's going to be a round one KO, round two KO, round three KO, and then I'm going to do points. I was thinking 30. I was thinking 10,000 on round one for O'Malley to get the KO with McGregor to win money line and Zagalis money line to get some big payout. Because I think O'Malley's going to win first round, but I'm got to work the numbers. I'm working it on the spreadsheet now. Round two, 1,000. Round three, 1,000, and then points just in case. It is risky at the end of the day, but I've won big in UFC. I mean, I win usually 10 to 15,000 on fight night on specific round prop bets. But I'm trying to go big. I'm trying to hit anywhere from 40 to 100,000 this time around, and I have the house money to do it with. So if I'm gonna risk 30 to 40,000, and I lose it, I lost house money, guys. I took a shot, just like last night. I took a shot to win 120,000, and that's what it's all about, trying to build the bankroll so that we can get to the next level. NFL's right around the
Absolutely.
corner.
Yep.
Right now,
Sure is.
baseball's unpredictable. You know,
Unpredictable as heck right now.
yeah.
No, so we got McGregor Poirier tomorrow, Saturday night, UFC 264. Let's tune in and hear from the one and only Olivia Moody about her thoughts going into the weekend's fights. Liv?
What's up, y'all? Liv Moods here. If you have been with Book It Sports for some time, you're fully aware that last year Trent unloaded the clip on Conor McGregor. It almost sent him into a betting retirement, actually, which is exactly what I hope Conor McGregor does. Retire. I think he's washed up. I think he's all bark, no bite. As of now, 58% of the public is riding with Conor McGregor, according to OddsShark. I really hope Trent is not part of that 58%. I'm riding with Dustin Poirier. He's done it once. He'll do it again. That is what I think that we'll see tomorrow. Trent, please, please, please tell me that you learned your lesson the first time and you are not betting on Conor McGregor.
Liv, thank you for that. Because if you guys are not aware, you should be by now. But I nuked McGregor last time. Absolutely emptied. When I say emptied the account, I mean I emptied it. Not only did I put it at 3,000 to win 10 on Bucks money line against the Packers and McGregor money line, but that wasn't enough for me. I went back to the casino, laid the juice. If it's only juice if it loses, right? Well, guess what? Connor got clapped. I nuked him on minus 310 or something disgusting. It was like 7K to win 2K. And he ended up, I knew it was over before it even started. When they walked out of the ring, I was sick. I was sick. I don't know why. The vibe of McGregor walking out, he just didn't even seem like he wanted to be there at all. So I will not be taking any action on this fight, just from PTSD, honestly. And I'm trying to hold back the urge of hammering McGregor again, because I want to ride with him, but I just can't do it. I can't do it. I just genuinely cannot do it. I'm rooting for you, Ozzy, but I don't see how Dustin doesn't come out on top. Like, I don't know enough about UFC to be able to
He's not a
confidently.
striker, man. He's not a good striker.
I mean,
Connor's going to knock him out. You're going to see. I might even
I
put you
mean,
up on a bet now. You got to ride with me. Let me post my picks. You're going to see I'm going to put up some crazy money. It's going to encourage you to ride
I
with
mean,
me.
I'm about as easy to convince to do anything. So I mean, but
Dustin's
I don't see
just
I don't
he's
see
not a
it.
good
Like,
striker.
it convinced me, sell me on why McGregor's gonna win.
If McGregor loses, he's finished. He knows that. He got embarrassed in front of his wife, man. As a fighter, you get knocked out, bro. You come back like just like a totally different mindset. He changed a lot of things. Dustin's gonna get his second L. I'm gonna see.
All
But
right.
anyway,
Well, I'm looking forward to seeing those locks when you officially make them official on the Book of
yep,
Sports app.
yep,
Very much looking forward to that. I know the whole squad is also. But thank you very much, Ozzy, for tuning in with us today. It was a
absolutely.
pleasure.
Same
Really
here.
looking forward to riding some, tons of bets with you now that you're on the app.
Yep.
And it's awesome. He's going live stream all the time at night, sweating out his bets as well as playing some blackjack and talking strategy on his other bets upcoming in the later slates. So pleasure having you on. Thank you for tuning in with us, and we'll see you around on the Book It Sports app.
Thank you, sir. Have a good one.
Of course, you too. That dude's a legend. Absolute legend. Please, I want that bankroll to be able to ride with the squad every day. Like, could you imagine? Could you imagine taking 500 into flipping that into 150K? Come on. That's it, every gambler's dream. Like, are you serious? What do I got to do? What kind of wizardry do I got to pull off? Come on. I just realized that we forgot to hear from Liv Moods about her take on the NBA Finals game. Jason, you want to roll that clip? Liv Moods, what do you think about that NBA Finals game?
What's up, y'all? Liv Moods here with my thoughts on Game 2 between the Bucks and the Suns. As you guys know, the Suns now lead the series 2-0. They won both home games, but I don't think that the Bucks are going to go down without a fight. I think that they're going to win at least one of their home games. I'm sticking with Suns in 6. Chris Paul, MVP. We've seen 2 stellar performances from him in both Game 1 and Game 2. I do think the Bucks are going to put up a fight. However, last game, Giannis did the majority of the scoring, ending with 42 points. He really carried this team on his back in Game 2. As for the Suns, McCall Bridges, Chris Paul, Devin Booker all had excellent performances. I even cashed out on a plus 146 odds. Chris Paul over 2.5 made threes. He played great. I love this series, and I love this matchup between these two teams. However, I do think the Suns take it at the end of the day, but I don't think the Bucks are going down without a fight. So I think the Bucks actually win Game 3. That's where I'm sitting right now. So we'll see. Trent, I'd love to know your thoughts on this matchup.
Liv Moods is taking Bucks in Game 3. I mean, yeah, she's right. Giannis had majority of the scoring, not much support from his supporting cast. Where was Middleton when Giannis needed him most? Where are those role players at? I thought those bets from Ozzy were so surgical. If the Bucks were going to make this close, Giannis was going to score over 36. It's exactly what he did, and it was a close game, and Jeff Teague misses a wide open layup. Absolutely sickening. Sickening. Moving on to the Euros. We're in the finals now. Italy versus England. Guys, I haven't hit a bet in soccer since England won 4-0, and that was about it. Argentina, I had Argentina ML, but it's so hard. This is going to be a draw. Like we all already know. Plus 190 to draw in regulation. I mean, why shouldn't I take it? Why shouldn't I take it? Every time I take a side, it's a draw, and that's an auto bink. England's plus 200 on the money line, and Italy's plus 155, and Italy is the favorite. I know the whole squad's probably going to be riding Italy at plus 155, and yeah, I'm probably going to get convinced to also ride that. But it's you already know that shit's going to draw. Like, it's a draw. It's already a draw. You already know. Go follow at Betting the Pitch on Book It Sports. That dude's a sharp. Last game, he had Denmark over 0.5 goals team total, and Denmark actually ended up scoring first. And I was like, right when that goal went in, I was like, that was sharp. that was sharp. Dude's legit. He knows his stuff. He doesn't only just bet Euros. He bets MLS as well. So if you like betting on soccer, go follow my dog at Betting the Pitch, and some of our handicappers as well. Winter Wire. I know the Winter Wire gang is really good at soccer as well. There's a little micro soccer community on the Book It Sports app that is always riding on the pitch. So go check that out. Go follow Betting the Pitch, and I want to hear what you guys are taking in this soccer game, Euro final. I just don't see how it doesn't draw. You got 2 phenomenal teams, world-class teams. That shit's drawing, fam. That shit's drawing. For sure. I'll take Italy, draw. I'll take England, draw. I'll draw Italy. It's, so whatever I'm on, just hope you're not on that. Because I can't hit. Can't hit. Speaking of can't hit, how about that for a transition? The baseball slate and the flukiness within. I mean, guys, we're like I said earlier, we are in the dog days of summer. MLB games have officially become a coin flip. A coin flip. I have better chances of just flipping a coin than actually giving my insight and input and finding an edge, because the edges I find don't actually end up having any effect on the actual game. I swear. And I know the whole app, or at least majority of sports bettors right now, could agree. Leaving ducks on the pond is going to be the death of me. Ducks on the pond, leaving base runners on base and not having clutch at bats. The Cincinnati Reds yesterday, not once, not twice, but 3 times had the bases loaded with no outs. 0 runs came out of it. 0 runs, bases loaded 3 times. Nobody's bringing the ducks home to their mother. Get the ducks off the pond, have good at bats, clutch up, have a good approach at the plate. But no, we're swinging at balls in the dirt. You know how they got their 1 run? A passed ball, wild pitch. There was a squad play last night on the Cincinnati Reds, and my, oh my, we were all so frustrated. But you know what? At least we were frustrated together. Imagine being frustrated alone. How shitty would that be? The Cincinnati Reds, swing the bat. Swing at strikes. It's your job. I have a CEO special. You guys want it? The CEO special parlay. This is the most CEO special ever. You guys know exactly how they go. It's always the same. But the thing is, I actually like this one a lot. I absolutely love this one a lot, except there's one line in here that's absolutely so sketchy, and everyone's been talking about it all day long. It's the Chicago White Sox. Why are they minus 130 against the Orioles with Lopez on the mound for the Orioles? And who do the White Sox have on the mound? I forget. What's his name? Oh, they have Keuchel. Why is it minus 114? Oh, it's 140 now. Sketchy. But I'm taking my chances. Public can clean house with that pick. Or the Orioles the Baltimore parlay busters can put up 12. You never know. Like, I mean, everyone and their mothers is going to be on the White Sox money line today. But Vegas is like, I guarantee you Vegas is salivating at the fact that everyone's on it as well. Because the parlay busters in Baltimore could come out to play. But they got Lopez on the mound, and he's trash. So I'm riding with the White Sox money line. Oakland A's money line at minus. I mean, that's a pretty solid line too. Minus 140 against the Rangers with Irvin on the mound. They're in Texas. I'm rocking with the Oakland A's money line. And here we go. I'm going to get ripped apart for this one. Dodgers run line. I know, guys. Come on. You got Price on the mound. It's sketchy, but they're playing the D-backs, bro. There were 14 games yesterday. You know which one of them I took? The D-backs money line. Trash. They're letting Chi Gonzalez get up to the plate and drive in an RBI. I mean, like, and the Reds can't even get 3 times bases loaded. And Chi Gonzalez is out here roping them down the line for a base hit RBI. Like, shit doesn't make any sense. We're rocking with the Dodgers run line against the D-backs at home Friday night. David Price on the mound. Bink. And then, of course, Big Bang Friday. The over in the Angels game is at 8.5. Let me get into this one real quick. Alex Cobb is pitching for the Angels today. It's a little sus because Alex Cobb has looked great in his last 2 starts. But the thing is, those were at home. Alex Cobb's really good and really comfortable at home. For the Angels, they're on the road today. They're in Seattle. Seattle's been putting up runs. The thing that sketches me about this over is Alex Cobb and the absence of Anthony Rendon. Because, I mean, the Angels just don't have that much depth. And they need a big bat like Rendon to actually bring the Ducks home. Bring the Ducks home, please. You get paid millions of dollars. You're just leaving ducks on the pond. The most frustrating thing ever. Honestly, I challenge you guys to name something more frustrating in sports betting. What is more frustrating in sports betting than leaving ducks on the pond, especially bases juice, no outs? Like, I can't think of anything. Maybe a backdoor cover in football. Don't even get me started about backdoor covers in football. So the CEO special plus 825 odds. White Sox, A's, Dodgers run line, and the Angels over 8.5. That is my Sprink and Bink CEO special. Sprink and Bink plus 825. Guys, if you haven't heard yet, I lowered my unit size. One unit used to be $100, but we're in the dog days of summer. And to be honest, I'm betting for entertainment. And so it's not very entertaining when you're putting units on units on units and the most flukiest shit's happening. So I've made the executive decision to lower my unit size to $50 because we're in the dog days of summer. And I'm better off just making 7-teamers at this point and just clicking, whatever, and hope it comes out positive the other side. Like, I've had a couple of those, honestly. If I'm being honest with you guys, I've done that like 3 or 4 times, and I've lost twice on the last leg. Brutal. I would highly advise not to do that. Please don't take my advice. But I mean, if you're trying to have a little fun, I mean, it's always great. CEO special plus 825 odds. Let's talk a little bit more about today's slate and some other straight bets I've got. Why on earth? Someone tell me why on earth the Twins are minus 245. Please answer that question. What have the Twins done in the history of their franchise to ever be minus 245 in a game? I don't even care if they're playing the Tigers. Maeda on the mound? Think about it. Everyone woke up this morning making a parlay. Oh, I'm going to squeak Minnesota in there. It's probably a lock. Tigers win. Watch. Keep close attention to this game. I mean, honestly, if the Twins go up 1 run early, like the first 2 innings, the Tigers will be like plus 450 or something. I might sprinkle. It's Friday, guys. Friday fluke shit. The Twins minus 240. Please, I don't want to see you on that. I do not want to see you on that at all. Someone in the chat just said, why are the Cubs minus 155? Why are they minus 155? I mean, they're playing the Cardinals. They got Hendricks on the mound, so that's probably why they're minus 155. With LeBlanc for the Cardinals. That's the first game of the slate today. That starts at 2:20 Eastern. But guys, please don't let me see you on the Twins ML. Come on. I think there's value on the Blue Jays at plus 110 against the Rays in Tampa. The Rays are the king of selling. The Rays are the kings of selling. I got pretty easy access here to the chat, so if you guys want to drop some locks, I'll share my feedback on some of them maybe. But I am taking a straight bet on the over in Miami at 7.5. You got Braves, Marlins, the 2 most inconsistent teams I would say that are on the slate. The Braves are either going to drop 14, 20 runs, or they'll get no hit. You never know which Atlanta Braves team you're going to get out of them. But guys, Fridays are for the overs. They are. So I'm rocking with the over 7.5. That's so little runs. It's so low. And the Marlins are plus 110. The Braves are minus 130. I'm sorry. I ain't taking a side here. No chance. You got two fluke teams who literally can't decide when they want to show up and swing the bat. Like it's, that is essentially a coin flip. Coin flip. You got basically the same matchup in that Mets Pirates game yesterday. I had a straight bet on the Pirates. That game got rained out, unfortunately, but look for the Pirates to squeak one out. Plus 170. I mean, they're facing Walker for the Mets, who's a very good pitcher. That's why they're minus 200. But it would be too easy for a minus 200 to hit now, wouldn't it? I guarantee you that minus 200 is going to be the sweatiest bet on the slate. They always are. Isn't that crazy how it works? You think the most sure bets are the ones with the heaviest juice. Nope, they end up being the biggest sweats. The biggest sweats of all time. Absolutely biggest sweats of all time. I want to hear your guys' picks for the first game of the slate. Cardinals, Cubs. Cardinals or Cubs? What are you feeling? Over 8? Over 8 in Chicago? They're going to be swinging it? I kind of like that over 8, guys. Like I said, overs. Fridays are for the overs. You know it. You know it. Fun fact about the Angels over, by the way. Angels. Or sorry, Atlanta's. The total has gone over in 13 of Atlanta's last 17 games played on a Friday afternoon. How does that make you feel? I know that doesn't mean shit. The day of the week doesn't mean anything about what the bet's going to do, but it's intriguing. I know it is. I know you're salivating after hearing that stat. The over's gone over 13 of last 17 Atlanta games that are played on a Friday afternoon. Hammer the over. Little small sprinkle. Come on. And also, Angels over, fun fact, 8.5 today. The total has gone over 11 of the last 13 Angels road games. They're in Seattle today. They are in Seattle today. Over 8.5. Book it, bank it, ship it. Big Bang Friday. They're not in Anaheim, so it's not officially Big Bang Friday, but it could be if they swing the bats. We need an Ohtani Gagger. Give me an Ohtani Gagger. The last episode, I had the stupidest take I think I've ever said in my life. Said Ohtani's slowing down a little bit, but he's actually not slowing down at all. And you know what he did that day? He hit a Gagger. Classic. Someone said probably going to have to live bet this Cardinals game. I think the best bet there is probably a live line because you're going to take the Cubs at minus 150 and they're going to give up 4 runs in the first. That's how it goes. And then they'll come back and so wait till they go down 4-0 and then bet on the Cubs. Take the over. I love that over though. Give me a stat about the Cardinals over. Let's go look. Hold on. Give me a minute here. I got one. Let me pull up some trends. I got them right here. Cardinals Cubs matchup. We got the total has gone under in 5 of the last 7 St. Louis games. Tough. How about the Cubs? Hey, here we go. The total's gone over in the 4 of the last 5 Cubs games. Cubs are 1-12 in their last 13. That's brutal. The over has gone over in 4 of Chicago's last 5 home games. Bink, 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 bink. Bink alert. Bink alert. The Cubs are 1-9 in their last 10 games. I just said that. Over. Come on. Odd Shark says the score is going to be 4-3. So that would be under. But Odd Shark, you're wrong. The first game of the slate, that shit always goes over. Always. Let's do a couple user shout outs from the Book It Sports app. Book It Sports, you know, what it's all about. The social media platform for sports betting, the place you go to interact and engage and socialize with sports bettors alike and sweat it out with the squad. Yeah, that Book It Sports. We got so many people on there that I honestly rely on daily for picks. And it's so much better than going elsewhere. So much better. Shout out Jason Diet. Dog is a dog. Very active user on the Book It Sports app. What did he say? He was putting 18 units. Oh, he was putting 18 units today on the over in Miami at 7.5. So shout out to Jason Diet for that pick because I'm riding with him. That's not enough points. Runs 7.5. The Braves will score 8. No, they won't. They can't hit, but they'll score enough to go over. Shout out Pro Gambling Action. Saw him in here in the chat earlier. Very early day one dog, Pro Gambling Action. He's very active on TikTok too, posting picks. He's hosting challenges and bracket tournaments and stuff for picks. It's great. Love what he's doing. Shout out Pro Gambling Action. One of my favorite accounts on Book It as of recently. Shout out Big Chungus Bets. This dude is a absolute homie and absolutely loves riding with the squad. And he's asking for a squad play for tonight. So, guys, I don't have one for you because you don't want to take my advice. Trust me, you don't. I'm good at finding resources and individuals who have locks. And then I inform you guys of those locks. But as far as actually providing a lock from up here, you'll know when I've got one. You'll know when I've got one. Shout out to my absolute day one homie in the chat, Orb in Vegas, Jack Denning. Miss you, brother. Day one, friend from high school. You're the man, bro. Hope all is well with you. And guys, lastly, I got to give a shout out to the king at taking the points. This dude is iconic. The son of Jay Gruden, absolute GOAT. Funniest dude I know. And he is not afraid to call you out if you're chirping him for not a logical reason. Taking the points is going to be my guest on the next episode. Dude is absolutely hilarious, and his max unit plays are 10-2. He lost one last night. I think it was Chris Paul's under in points. But if you're not following taking the points, what are you doing? He's absolutely hilarious. Very active on Book It. And he's live streaming all the time on the talk. So go give him a follow, please, because he is comedic gold. If you guys have any questions in the chat, would love to answer them about today's slate or anything. But we've got a full slate of baseball, guys, and it's looking a little sus. Question for the public. When are we going to see PLL picks, Professional Lacrosse League picks on the app? It's a great question, Denning, bro. Great question. I mean, it is on some books. I've seen on multiple sports books. But as far as the Book It Sports app, I'll go ahead and put that one somewhere in the roadmap. I don't know how many people are. I would love to know the handle of wagers taken on PLL. That would be very interesting to see. But the Dallas Rattlers, are they still a team? I used to work for them. Hammer the Rattlers. Thoughts on the Red Sox game today? Red Sox are playing. I saw this one. It was, Garrett Richards is on the mound, isn't he? Huh? Isn't he? Where's the line? Oh, they're playing the Phillies. Guys, this one was sus. This one, I stayed away from this one. It jumped out at me. And I saw Garrett Richards on the mound. I was like, over 11. Then I was like, wait, 11? No, I'm staying away. Watch it hit, though. Guarantee you. I'm staying away. My gut feeling says Phillies money line. specifically because I want to hammer the Red Sox. And that means stay away. It's absolutely what it means. Absolutely what it means. How did Book It Sports come to fruition? Well, one little day in May of 2019, the Toronto Raptors were playing, or no, it wasn't May, it was like March. The Toronto Raptors were playing the Charlotte Hornets. And my roommate, Jamie Oberheide, for those who know who that is, you know exactly who I'm talking about, had a large wager, a large one, on the Raptors to beat the Hornets. Jeremy Lamb, 2 seconds left, 3/4 court buzzer beater, bang. And the announcer goes, book it. You know what I did? First thing I did, pull out my phone and record his reaction because it was absolutely hilarious. It was so funny, but I didn't know where I could post it where it was socially acceptable. And my friend Jamie looks at me. He goes, I made a separate Twitter and Instagram account just to post and follow sports betting related content. Bink, light bulb in my head goes off. I said, wait, you made a separate account just to engage with betting? How is there not a place that connects the entire community on one centralized hub and simplifying traditional methods of content consumption on one place? And so I did my research and saw what was out there on the market and quickly realized there is nothing out there like what Book It Sports could be. And so I randomly just said, I'm going to call it Book It and I'm going to start this. This is needed. Would you use this? And he was like, yeah. And so I did my research and I looked around and talked to potential sports bettors and current sports bettors and newbie sports bettors and asked them, would you use something like this? Everyone said yes. So the first thing I did was start a website and starting to collect signups. So we were collecting signups. We had 10,000 people sign up for Book It before it was even launched. And so that was really a validating data point when pitching to potential investors. And we raised some funding. We got the app development on the ground and we launched this thing back in November and we haven't looked back since. If that answers your question, I hope it does. But that's how Book It Sports came into existence. And we're standing tall, going to Mars. Past the moon, we're going to Mars. Past the moon, we're going to Mars, ladies and gents. We are going to Mars. Well, let's look at a couple more plays I want to talk about before I wrap this up. I am fighting the urge to hammer either McGregor or Poirier. Can I just be honest with you? There's absolutely zero chance I'm hammering McGregor. There's zero chance. I don't think there's anything Ozzy could say to me right now that would actually get me comfortable to go break the bank and put it on McGregor. Dead ass serious on that too. I don't see him winning at all. I think he gets spanked again. He's so washed, like Liv Mood says. I don't see it happening. Everyone's like, oh, McGregor's, he's got the attitude. He's got a lot to lose. What does he have to lose? He's Conor McGregor on the tail end of his career, and he's handing the torch to Poirier. He's done after this fight. If anything, I'm hammering Poirier. Probably won't, but I'm not taking McGregor. No chance. I think we bet on it going the distance. That way you don't pick a winner, but the distance. I think someone's getting knocked out, fam. And it's going to be McGregor. It's going to be McGregor. He's getting rocked. He's going to get rocked. If you wanted to take the McPasta parlay, which would be McGregor and Italy ML, or the McMuffin, you can always take the McMuffin. McGregor and England ML. So you got two Mick whatever parlays you want. I'm trying to think of a creative name for putting Dustin in something because I'm not taking McGregor. But feel free to use those two parlay names for your content this week. The McMuffin, the McPasta. Imagine if they actually had a McPasta at McDonald's. That'd be so gross. But they do have McMuffin, so that could be a sign. England? McMuffin? No. What are the odds on the McMuffin, though? Let's go to Euro. Go lock in that CEO special, too. All right, let me look at the odds of the McMuffin. And the RIP the McBrady, dude. Imagine what could have been the McBrady. The whole week of that week, I spent worrying so much about if Tom Brady could come out and get a W against Aaron Rodgers and the Packers. And I didn't even blink or think twice about whether or not McGregor was going to clap Poirier. And all right, so we go Italy or England money line and give me McGregor, please. UFC 264. If you took Italy ML, and wow, McGregor's at minus 102 now. It's plus 500 odds for the McPasta. That's for the McPasta. But if you wanted to take the McMuffin, take Italy out, go Euro soccer, and you go plus 160. The McMuffin's at plus 400 odds. You make the call. McMuffin or McPasta or neither. What nationality is Poirier? Let's find that out. Someone in the chat answer that for me, but Dustin. Poor nationality. What is he? He's American. Well, I don't know. I'm gonna have to come up with something there. But he's American. I thought he was gonna be something. I don't know. I didn't think he was gonna be American. Wow. McPasta, McMuffin, you make the call. Wimbledon. I don't know anything about tennis. We got tennis guys on the Book It Sports app, though. There's currently sets going on right now. Djokovic, live line, minus 800. Maybe a sprinkle? Don't you dare. Don't you dare. Don't you dare. I don't know anything about Wimbledon, about tennis. Let's look at the futures lines real quick before we wrap this up. Djokovic to win the Wimbledon's minus 310. You know what they say? It's only juice if it loses. Is that a lock? Matteo Berrettini is plus 240, and then Shapovalov is plus 1200. And those are the only three lines available that I'm seeing here for the Wimbledon men's Wimbledon winner. And then there's also on FanDuel, if you guys are available to use FanDuel, there's Olympic odds already. I'm looking at men's track and field. Favorite here is Trayvon Brommel. Dude, is that the guy from TCU? Hold on. Trayvon. Did he go to TCU? I'm almost positive he did. He went to. Are you serious? You're joking. I totally thought he went to TCU. I'm an idiot. He went to Baylor. Wrong school. Fun fact, I only applied to 2 schools, Baylor and TCU. And thank God I did not go to Baylor. Thank God. Johnny Juzang, actually, weird transition. Johnny Juzang is not going to the NBA. Why did I just bring up Johnny Juzang? Because when I was talking about Baylor, I was thinking about Mikey Overs in Las Vegas hammering that national title game. Wow, what a game that was. That was ridiculous. Johnny Juzang not going to the NBA, staying at UCLA. Wild. Guys, it's 9:30. That's a wrap on the show. Thank you guys for hanging out with me, tuning in. I love this show. This is our show. We're just getting started. We still got the training wheels on, fam. We still got the training wheels on. They're coming off. They're coming off. The show's banging. We had a hell of a squad in here too. So thank you for stopping by. Shout out to Jason Diet, Pro Gambling Action, Big Chingus Bets, and, of course, taking the points. Keep up the content on the Book It Sports app, guys. You're killing it. Thanks to Ozzy for coming on the show. Dude's an absolute legend. Where did he come from? And what kind of wizardry do I need to do to get that kind of luck? I'm looking forward to following his large unit bets moving forward, going into the weekend of crazy games that we got. Go follow our cappers if you're looking for some actual great picks. Shout out Winter Wire, shout out Sharp Dimes, Midwest Mike, Best Bets Daily, Jade Out Bets, all the boys on the Book It Sports app. Thank you very much for tuning in, and we'll see you guys next time on the Attyah Hour. Have a great Friday and a great weekend. Peace.